Hi, Professor. Happy week 4. So, before I address this past week, I wanted to answer some of the questions that you had posted for last week's check in. So, first, you had that I was getting, my mentor was having me think about the how and kind of what ideas I had centered around that. So, one of the popular or the similarities in many of the articles I've been reading, they were saying that the initiative program is a very big piece in the how. They were saying by keeping your employees motivated, whether it was through a recognition program or if you give them gift cards to like a $5 gift card to Dunkin', those types of programs really keep the employees engaged. It definitely helps on the sales side to help encourage the sales to stay up, which ultimately helps the company stay productive throughout this type of change. In addition, you had also asked about, I had said that the webinar has really been pretty helpful because I get to hear it from professionals in the field and also from a business standpoint. So you have in here through the HR lens, what are they doing for the employee engagement? And that's, again, they were reiterating the initiative program, saying how that's big. I was hearing that both from the owner's standpoint and also the researchers in the field had said that the data and analytics so far since COVID has really hit, they said that has been the best way so far to get this engagement going. And they can see that by the overall performance of each employee as well. So different ways they can do that. I know that at my previous company, we had to take an engagement survey every Friday that would get sent in to our manager. And basically, what it would say is, hey, we were able to feel like we contributed. We felt like this was our strengths, our weaknesses. Here's where our challenges were this week. So I think that will be really beneficial to implement in the employee engagement portion, because this way, if let's just say hypothetically, like for instance, I work in a complete remote workforce for sales, so I don't have the opportunity to see my manager on a daily basis like I would if I worked in an office setting. In addition to that, I only have bi-weekly calls with my manager, so it's more if something happens, I reach out to him, let him know what's going on. So he's not really directly involved in my everyday day-to-day activities. So in this particular case, an engagement survey to be taking every Friday would be a great way for him to know what's going on with my funnel, if you will, of production, and then it can also let him know the challenges that I went through in the week if I happen to not reach out to him. So those are just different ways to make sure the HR department can still have a pulse on the workforce. I'm just reading all of your some of the questions here. You also have chosen industries. I have not nailed down that industry. I'm not sure if I should go either in, for instance, my mentor is in the healthcare industry, but that's not something I'm looking to remain in for when I graduate. So I'm not sure if maybe I should start looking outside of that industry. So this way, I can learn a little bit more and gain a little more perspective, or if I should stay within the healthcare industry, because that's ultimately the my mentor is the person who I'm going to be presenting this presentation to on ways to make sure she can keep her employee engagement in this hybrid workforce. So that's kind of where I'm teetering. Not sure what to do on the industry portion, so I would love some feedback on that. And yeah, so now I'm just transitioning into the paper and seeing now with all this information I was able to collect, now trying to put my thoughts down, seeing how I can get the flow, and then ultimately have all those points help me out with the PowerPoint as well. So stay tuned, but I feel like I'm starting to go on the right path, and I've got a good vision of how I want my paper to kind of lay out. So thanks so much, and I will see you next week.